What's up, Raider Nation? Welcome back to another episode where we dive deep into everything Raiders. If you're as hyped about the silver and black as I am, then you already know the drill. Smash that like button, drop a comment down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on the latest updates. Trust me, you don't want to miss today's episode because we're talking about the biggest news in Raiderland. Tom Brady, the GOAT, is officially a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, you heard me right. The man who's haunted us for years, the seven-time Super Bowl champ, is now part of the Raiders family. But the question is, can he really help turn this franchise around? Let's dive into it. All right, Raider Nation, here's the deal. It's not just a rumor anymore. It's real. Tom Brady is officially a minority owner of our Las Vegas Raiders. The NFL owners voted on it at the Fall League meeting in Atlanta, and now the GOAT holds a 10% stake in the team. Yep, Brady's got real skin in the game now. I know what you're thinking, Raider Nation. Tom Brady? A Raider? Yeah, I get it. This is the same guy who crushed our playoff hopes back in the day with the infamous tuck rule game. But listen, things are different now. He's not suiting up in silver and black, but he is bringing his winning mentality to the table. And that could be a game changer. Let's break it down. Tom Brady is one of the greatest football minds to ever play the game. He's been part of dynasties, knows how to win, and brings a level of experience most people can only dream of. The dude has 7 Super Bowl rings. Imagine having that level of expertise in your ownership group. That's gotta be a good thing, right? So what does this all mean for us? Tom Brady's not going to be out there making roster moves or calling plays. NFL rules make sure of that. Owners aren't allowed to be involved in the day-to-day football operations like that. But let's be real, you don't bring in a football genius like Brady just to sit quietly in the back. No way. The hope here is that Brady's influence will still be felt, even if he's not the one pulling the strings. Mark Davis is still the guy in charge. But don't be surprised if Brady's giving him some friendly advice behind the scenes. And come on, if Brady's got something to say about your football team, you listen. We're talking draft picks, free agent signings, maybe even some coaching decisions down the road. Having someone like Brady in the room, even just to offer some insight, could be the spark we've been missing. All right, Raider Nation, let's get wild for a second. Some people are already speculating that Brady's 10% ownership could be just the start. Could he one day take over as the majority owner of the Raiders? I know it sounds crazy, but let's break it down. Mark Davis has been running the show ever since his dad, Al Davis, passed away. The Davis family and the Raiders go hand in hand. But here's the thing. Mark Davis is 69 years old and doesn't have any kids. At some point, he's going to have to hand the keys over to someone. And NFL rules say every team needs a succession plan. So, could Tom Brady be positioning himself for a bigger role down the line? It's not impossible. Imagine this. The guy who broke Raider Nation's heart with that tuck rule game could be the one to bring us back to the top. The irony is wild, right? But hey, crazier things have happened in the NFL. Let's get real for a second, Raider Nation. We've been through some tough times. The last couple of decades haven't exactly been kind to us. The coaching carousel, inconsistent leadership, questionable draft picks, and free agent signings that didn't pan out. It's been rough. But now we've got Tom Brady in the mix. The dude knows how to win. His work ethic, attention to detail, and leadership are legendary. If he can help bring even a little bit of that winning culture to the Raiders, it could make a huge difference. The man's been part of one of the most successful franchises in sports history. If there's anyone who can offer insight into turning things around, it's Brady. And let's be honest, Raider Nation, we need it. The AFC West is no joke. We've got the Chiefs dominating year after year, the Chargers looking strong, and even the Broncos trying to get back in the mix. If we want to compete, we need to start making better football decisions, and having someone like Brady in the room could help us do just that. Here's where we gotta pump the brakes a little, Raider Nation. Just because Brady's the GOAT on the field doesn't automatically mean he's gonna kill it as a team owner or decision maker. I mean, just look at Michael Jordan. The guy's the best basketball player of all time, but as the owner of the Charlotte Hornets, and not so much. Same thing with John Elway. Absolute legend as a player, but his time running the Broncos has been up and down. Finding a good quarterback? Not as easy as it looks, even for a Hall of Famer. So, yeah, there's no guarantee that Brady's magic on the field is going to translate to the front office. But still, it's hard not to be excited about what he could bring to the table. Let's talk about one of the juiciest parts of this whole situation. Could Tom Brady actually influence the Raiders' football operations? According to reports from guys like Vincent Bozer, there's a good chance Brady will have a say in things like draft picks, free agent signings, and maybe even some coaching decisions. Now, comma. I know what you're thinking. Isn't that against NFL rules? Technically, yeah, owners aren't supposed to be involved in those decisions. But come on, if you've got the GOAT sitting in your ownership group, you're going to at least listen to what he has to say, right? Just imagine Brady giving some advice on the draft. Maybe helping us find our next franchise QB. Or what if he's in the room when we're deciding which free agents to sign? Having his football IQ in the mix could be a game changer. All right, let's get into the fan reactions because, man, Raider Nation is split on this one. I've seen a ton of different takes out there. Some of y'all are pumped. You think Brady's involvement could finally be the turning point we've been waiting for. Others, not so much. There's definitely a group of fans who are skeptical, and I get it. We've been through a lot as a fan base, and it's easy to feel like nothing's really going to change until there's a complete overhaul of the organization. Mark Davis has made some questionable decisions, and it's hard to be patient when the team's been struggling for so long. But here's my take. Having someone like Tom Brady involved, even if it's just in an ownership role, could bring a fresh perspective to the organization. The guy knows how to win, and that's exactly what the Raiders need right now. Let's zoom out for a second and think about the bigger picture. Tom Brady's not just a football legend, he's a brand. He's got the fame, the credibility, and the business savvy to elevate the Raiders to a whole new level, especially here in Las Vegas. The Raiders are already one of the most iconic franchises in sports, but having Brady on board, that could push us into an entirely new stratosphere. Vegas is a city that's all about flash, spectacle, and big names, and Brady fits that mold perfectly. If he starts becoming more involved in the team's public image, we could see the Raiders become an even bigger deal, both on and off the field. So where do we go from here, Raider Nation? Let's wrap this up. Is Tom Brady going to single-handedly save the Raiders? Probably not, but his influence could be significant. Having the GOAT in our corner, even just as a minority owner, could push the team in the right direction. He's got a winning mentality, and if he can help steer our football decisions, we could see some real improvement. As for what this means long-term, who knows? Maybe Brady is positioning himself to eventually take over as the majority owner, or maybe he's just looking to make his mark on the team in a smaller capacity. Either way, having him on board gives us some much-needed hope. The key is going to be patience. No one's expecting Brady to come in and fix everything overnight. But if his influence starts to be felt in the decisions the team makes, we could start to see some real progress. Whether it's helping with draft picks, free agent signings, or just bringing that winning mentality into the building, Brady's presence could be exactly what we need to turn things around.